Choi Bora is a gentle girl. She has an oval face and fair skin that many people envy. Her pair of round, light brown eyes that seem to be unaware of the wind are the most prominent. It seems to have a certain power of charm that makes others unable to look away for even a second, just like her long eyelashes, sharp nose, and thin, pink lips that are so tempting to touch. She also has dark brown hair that is almost waist length, which matches her healthy-looking skin and curvy figure, which is so tempting and sexy at the same time. It is no wonder that Choi Bora is the most attractive girl in N National University because of her cuteness that makes others pity her and fall in love with her. Even the handsome guys who are famous for being the most naughty in high school are not exempt. Thank you for driving me. Without you, I would have been stuck in the rain, she told the handsome man, sitting in the driver's seat with a smile that was as refreshing as it could be. So, I'm going home first. See you tomorrow. After saying goodbye, Bora took the bag she had placed on her lap and prepared to open the door, but she hadn't even put on her seatbelt. The other hand was grabbed by the man and pulled her to her place. Wait! When she was grabbed by the big hand, she didn't turn to ask, because she couldn't help but doubt, and when her round eyes turned to look, the heart of the person being looked at jumped like a drum for war, unlike the flat face, which now had furrowed eyebrows, as if there was something on her mind, and she also pointed at the cruel young man's expression. Not at all. We have known each other for a long time, eh? The listener groaned and accepted with a blank expression, which was so happy that he would say and ask something he didn't know. Normally, this man didn't talk much, except when he was in a very hot mood, or in a place where he was forced to talk. When asked briefly and without understanding like this, Bora was silent for a moment before thinking about it, thinking that he might want to ask her opinion that they had known each other for a long time. It's been almost 4 months, you know? Remember when we first met? When I was welcoming new students, everyone else had gone home. It was raining heavily, you came to take shelter with me. Remember? She said, recalling the day she first met him. After the welcoming program, she was ordered by the senior student to help with the work along with 4 or 5 other friends. The work in her department was finished, and everyone else had already gone home. And while sitting under the classroom building to wait for the rain to stop, she accidentally saw Han Lee Kak come in to take shelter from the rain with her. At that moment, Bora immediately remembered that he was the senior student in her department because, during the graduation ceremony, she saw him thinking of avoiding helping his friends and sneaking to a quiet place alone. On the other hand, the thing that made her remember him clearly was because Lee Kak was a person who was watched by others, including the girls in other departments, who whispered about his bad boy personality like a mafia movie star. Finally, she learned that he was the most popular and cruel guy in the university, and the reason why he had to run to take shelter from the rain with her was because his good friend stole his car and used it without telling him, so he had to wait to get the car and wait to clear the list properly. And when he got back in the car, Lee Kak didn't hold a grudge against those who sat under the building together in the dark of night. He took Asa to his younger student, who admitted that his heart was trembling because he had glanced at her many times on the way home together, and that was the starting point that made the two of them close since then. I asked how long it's been. After a long silence, he blew air. He took a deep breath and asked again because no matter how he listened, it wasn't the answer he wanted, and she was still dragging him out of the story. It's a long time ago. I thought so too. He smiled contentedly at the answer he received, making Bora frown with suspicion. Is there something wrong with the senior student? Why are you asking so strangely? In fact, after a while, they often went together, which made their friendship and intimacy increase to a level that seemed to be breaking. Bora saw Lee Kak smiling often, laughing at her often, but the smiles and questions that made her wonder yesterday were completely unreasonable. And how could she not be suspicious? Getting along, he said, and met her eyes silently. Hey, your wife? She asked when she felt like she had heard something wrong. Yesterday, Lee Kak asked her to be his girlfriend, right? Or sometimes she could hear it wrong and die. She was so confused that she didn't dare to look at the class. I'm asking you to be a friend, you have to say it many times. The senior student is telling a joke. I'm not laughing with him. She didn't dare to think that he was serious as he said, so she pretended to smile, even though her heart was beating so hard that it was about to burst out of her chest. Not knowing how to resist the sharp gaze, she shook her hand from his big hand and got out of his car to stand or calm down. But just like before, he was faster than before. This time, both small hands were caught and prevented from escaping. He even squeezed them slightly, as if he needed to tell her that they were talking about something serious together. Senior student, we're not satisfied with me. No. The young lady quickly denied it, but quickly covered her mouth when she saw him smile in satisfaction. That's how it shows satisfaction. When he summed it up all by himself and smiled sexily, Bora realized that she had suddenly lost the man she had fallen in love with since the first time she met him. The more he showed his attention by coming to receive and send gifts, and even became close to him frequently, not even on holidays from studying. She felt like she was being pushed into the pit that he had been waiting for, and she thought that she might never get out. But I swear that Bora has never told anyone about this, and she certainly hasn't revealed it to anyone either. So the fact that she's happy is why they're asking for love. The senior student is too imaginative. I didn't say I was satisfied, not even a little. Wow. What does the senior student want to do? She muttered to herself, but she couldn't imagine that the next second she would be pulled into a hug. If you don't like it, why should you hug me? If you don't like it, why should you blush? Where is the blush? No, let go. When she was attacked and chased away by the actions of Nepnit Bora, she was also squeezed in a strong circle of arms, but she refused to let go of her freedom. Okay, let go, okay, senior student. I don't know if he's joking or not. Is this something they say in a joking manner? She scolded in a strong voice. The one who sent her to eat and watch movies. I still don't know for sure, or if she had to be forced to stop acting like she didn't know what to do. Don't. Bora quickly shouted and tried to push her big wide chest away, but it didn't work. She missed him in her heart. Now she can talk a lot when she asks for a date. She talks in short blunt words, and she doesn't even hear him tell her how she feels and how excited she is. Lee Kak is not romantic at all. So tell me, Mo, he demanded an answer. Even though he was still hugging her, she was holding her chest. Tell me, senior student, don't you hear what I'm saying? She pretended not to know and made a sharp mouth as if she was in a daze, which was unfair and made smart people like Lee Kak frown. Do you want me to tell you that I love you? I don't know. She lowered her eyes, seeing only the hem of his shirt. In fact, she also wanted him to tell her how he felt about her. A little, at least for her to believe that he felt about her. Lee Kak was a stern person and his arrogant manner made it impossible to tell what he was thinking. Bora was the same way. If he didn't tell her, how would she know what he was thinking? If you don't love me, why are you asking for love? Lee Kak said softly with annoyance. He took a deep breath. Soon, his long fingers grabbed the tip of the chin of the person in his arms and ordered him to raise his face and meet her eyes. I love you so much. Is that all that's sweet? She smiled contemptuously at the word love, which lacked its sweetness, and it was like an opening for him to take advantage of the opportunity. If you want to be sweet, you have to kiss. No. Oh no, she said before she could finish her sentence. He kissed her and sucked her, swallowing her words until they were gone. This kind of contact, for the first time in her life, made her body shake, as if she had a fever. Lee Kak pressed his hot lips, kissing and sucking the sweetness from her lips little by little. Bora let Lee Kak attack with the touch in her mouth. She only held on to his shirt, because she had borrowed experience. She didn't know how to respond or how to push him away, because just the words of love and the hot kisses he gave her made her body seem to be cursed to become stone, allowing him to easily take the sweetness from her. Love you so much. But Bora probably didn't know that his words of love, it killed her alive in the next moment. Oh my god. Bora, me and Soyeon are almost at loggerheads. I blinked quickly, looking at someone's hand that touched my shoulder before. Turning to look at its owner who was sitting next to me. The owner of the hand that touched my shoulder yesterday was Song Mi-hee. She was the daughter of the owner of a famous 5-star hotel in the Central Economic Zone. Her sexy body, combined with her fair skin, made her very popular among the male students of the college. This is not even counting her beautiful purple hair. It's no wonder that she now holds the position of the head of the college. Yes, don't worry about us, just float to Mars, you know? The owner of this beautiful and sweet face like a Barbie doll is named Jung Soyeon, but looking so fresh. In fact, this woman is not as strong as Mi-hee. To put it simply, Soyeon is a cruel woman deep down. Her family runs a business related to sports equipment and fitness equipment, which is very popular among the group of people who. Thanks you for watching. Please like and subscribe for next episodes.